So,
Yeah.
so, so I've been telling my students about you, and can you hear me okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good, good. So I've been telling my students about you and about the amazing work that you do. And I told them all about your book, Thai Acupressure, that you have. And I told them that you also have the online courses. And right now, more than ever, those online courses are really helpful to massage therapists and to people that are interested in this healing work. And you created those online courses. You were kind of ahead of many of us in creating them. And the videos that you created were in professional studio. Um, you spent a lot of time and you spent a lot of money in creating this so that you could share Thai acupressure, something that was really hard to access for people in the Western world before, well, in Eastern world too, but before you created this book. It was nearly impossible for someone to really get this information. They could go study at Wat Po, but even at Wat Po, it was difficult, you know? So, can you tell my students a little bit about your journey with becoming passionate about Thai massage, and then what made you decide to start studying Thai acupressure, and then follow up to tell your story, and then after that, what facilitated you writing this book and doing the courses and making this really your life's work, you know? So tell us all those things.
Okay. How is it there now? It's a full quarantine?
We're not
Full
in a full
quarantine?
quarantine. Um, People in the United States, we have this foundation of give me liberty or give me death. And so we're quarantining a bit, but we're not fully doing that yet. So our school, we've created it so people can be on a full quarantine. Um, we've isolated all of my core team here, so all of my employees that are part of the core team. They still are coming to work. They want to, but we don't get within like 6 to 10 feet of each other. So we're all in different offices, and we just go to our separate offices, and then we call each other like this. Like you and I are talking right now. And then the students are on online classes, which is why they're all here right now. And our student clinic, where we do massage, the spa that you see behind me, um, the sign is closed. So everything's just closed. So we're operating as if it was a full quarantine, but our grocery stores, our parks, a lot of our things like that are still, people are going to those, and a lot of people are. A lot of people are doing social gatherings. Um, but does anyone know if our movie theaters are closed? I haven't been anywhere. I've essentially been on full quarantine. But are they closed, Colin? Okay, so movie theaters are closed. Restaurants are takeout only. So we pretty much could full quarantine if we want to. It's set up, but it's been private businesses that have made the choice for the safety of others to do that. It hasn't been a government issued thing.
Mm,
And
mm.
then our president, and then we want to hear about you and about your situation because we're curious about your side of the world. But our president, he's very focused on states' rights. So he is basically asking each of the states to make those decisions. So what's happening where you are? Are you on full lockdown?
One step before. One step before. Perhaps it will come
Okay.
in a few days. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're told to stay at home and go only, I don't know, 100 meters. That will be maybe 300 feet outside our houses. But here it's a small town, so we take walks and yeah.
Yeah. How's your family doing? How are you all emotionally handling this?
Actually, we love it. It's like a holiday. Yeah, it's
It's
a special time, really.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's good to appreciate the good in any situation, you know. So, is your school then is where you're teaching is fully closed?
Yeah. We cannot teach. We're not allowed to massage. No, that's for sure.
So for self care, you're spending more time with family, and you and Edith and the girls are going on your parents going on long walks together and just enjoying the time.
Actually, I'm very busy, with
You're busy.
yeah. So the girls are here. They study. They have to study, and
Okay.
but it's yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm busy too. It's
Yeah,
been
I can imagine. I'm sure that even perhaps more busy than usual. Yeah.
good.
So, Rebecca, I don't want to take all your time on
No,
this.
I want to hear. Tell us about how you started with Thai massage.
Sure,
Right there.
Thai massage. So I went to Thailand, '89, long time ago. I didn't know anything about Thai massage, but then I got a massage on the beach. Was not so good,
Yeah.
honestly. But I heard about it. That there's a course in northern Thailand in Chiang Mai, and when I got there, I wanted to see what it is, and I fell in love with it. And immediately, I took a new course. And in these years, I traveled a lot to Thailand, and each time I would take one or two more courses. And after a few years of traveling, I went back home and started to practice Thai massage. Um, I didn't see it as a profession, but my mother told me, "Look, you have a profession. Why don't you try to do something with it?" And uh, and I did. And a few years later, I realized that I miss the medical knowledge. I wanted to know how to treat. People came with different problems or back pain, neck pain. I didn't know how to deal with that. So I went again to Thailand in '97 to study medical massage. I searched in with different teachers, different schools, and I went to the Ayurveda college. It's the Ayurvedic college, the Thai Ayurveda, and they were very serious in medical massage, but they did not allow me to study there because I was not a Thai citizen. Later, a few years later, I convinced one of their practitioners to teach me. He was really afraid, and he sneaked to my hotel and taught me.
Great.
But it was not allowed for a long time. It was not allowed for people that are not Thai citizens to study medical massage. But at what point they did teach their therapy massage course. It was a 5-day course. Um, 52 treatment routines, many points, 230 points. And I took everything on video and took many notes. And when I went back home for a year, I studied with a friend of mine, a physical therapist. We would meet every week for a few hours, and wrote all the point locations, line locations, and the diagnosis. And I created a manual for my students. After a year or two, I started to teach this as well. And all this time I was looking for a book on this subject. I wanted a book, but 8 years later I realized that I should be the one who writes the book because there was no book on this subject. As strange as it may sound, it's not a part of Thai culture to write books. They do not appreciate books.
Right.
Yeah, they said it's something that you should know in the book. It means nothing, but
Yes.
yeah. So I published this book, and when the book was published, I was suddenly invited to teach in other countries. Later, I understood that we need a video as well, so I created a 30 hours video course based on this book. Yeah.
I love your video
I
course.
love your video course.
It's truly
It's
amazing.
truly amazing.
And when I saw it many years ago, I was really impressed with the quality and the time that you took and the resources that you used to make it something that people really could study from. Because prior to that, there wasn't a lot, even on massage, that was quality with video work. You know, people, even now, you go do training courses, and a lot of them are with someone's cell phone, even now, you know. And you were able to get those great like camera angles. I really appreciate the quality and the time, you know, that you put into that. So, and especially now more than ever, where I don't know what the continuing education training world is going to look like the next little bit. You know, your course is something that people can access. So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. People are now interested in this. Yeah.
Yeah. So, when the Thai people said, I've always loved your very humble, calm, sweet approach, Noam. And I love that you are always very willing to have full disclosure about things, like how you said that the Thai people, the culture, of course, doesn't support writing a book. You know, that they don't think that you should have a book. They think that this is something that you should just know. And you and I both know that concept is very difficult for people from the Western world, because we almost don't believe it's valid unless it is in a book. And so in that way, we have this very big cultural difference. And the last couple hundred years, the West has really asked Eastern cultures to come to us and meet us where we are. And so a lot of Eastern knowledge has been lost because of this cultural difference. And so I love that you were able to bridge that gap in many ways. But what are some other things that you noticed about Thai culture that you could share with my students? I've noticed a lot of things, I've shared them. I compared it to, even though yin and yang are Chinese words, not Thai words, but I compared it to the Eastern medicine style being very yin, you know, and mysterious, hidden, and inner knowing and forming. And the West is very dominant and yang. So it was easy for us to say, we're right. And for that yin approach to be like, okay, you know, but underneath, we've seen that yin is stronger than yang. And now we're asking Eastern cultures to help us and to give us that understanding, because we see their medical systems are just as valid and that they really do have a lot to offer. What else have you experienced and seen that have been some differences between Eastern thought and specifically Thai and then Western cultures, values, thoughts?
Well, what comes to my mind is the Thai way of studying or teaching. I studied the therapy massage course at Wat Po in 5 days, 30 hours.
Yes.
Imagine, 52, yeah. And people who study this, I spoke with teachers, Western teachers that took this course, and I was surprised to find out that I'm the only one, almost all the only one in the West to practice these treatment routines. And I ask people, why don't practice them? And they say, you know, over 200 points in 5 days. And how can I? And I remember my teacher there, she had two other students, Thai students. They were there at Wat Po for 2 years. You know, they studied and stayed there. And they were, every time they had a break, they would come and sit with her and join us. And, you know, so for 2 years, every day they are there with their teacher. The first 5 days course is only, you know, introduction. And then in Thailand, there's a habit, once you study a course, you can repeat it as much as you like, and you don't have to pay again. And we take a course 5 days, 10 days, and then we're alone. Our teacher is not there. How can we do it? So we need videos and we need books to help us practice, because 5-10 days, it's not enough. In the college that you will at, they study, I don't know, 400 hours, not 30 hours, right? So for 4 months, they, full time. And in a way, it's something that you are doing in your school. The fact that people have to do so many treatment routines after the course. How many each one has to do?
How many treatment my students have to do?
Yeah.
So many. I mean, I don't know the exact number, but they study for 900 hours and they take 24 different styles of massage. So they have, within each of those styles of massage, they have multiple treatment routines. Has anyone here taken Everett's structural class yet? Deep tissue structural class? Do you know how many treatment routines you guys do? We think in different terms than that, but they study 24 different styles, and then within those styles, they have many different routines that they learn.
Yeah, but I mean, they later have to treat clients, right? Clients come up, right? So how many treatments do they have to give?
They probably have at least 60 or more treatment routines when you get through the whole program.
Yeah, supervised.
Because you have for frozen shoulder, for neck pain, for low back pain. Oh, are you? Oh, thanks, Debbie. Debbie says you're talking about clinic hours. Apparently,
Hey, Debbie. Toda, Debbie.
The United States don't fully understand each other, even among close friends.
Can Debbie hear me?
Oh, Debbie just answered in the comments. She wrote it in Hebrew. So they do 180 hours of clinic. 180 hours of clinic. Thank you, Debbie. I love you. Thanks for bridging our cultural gap.
Yeah. Toda, Debbie. Okay, so so in a way, this is Thai. That they have to do treatments with supervision. With the teacher is there to supervise and help them. And
yeah, that's good. Okay, let's see if are you willing to take a few questions, Noam, from the students?
If I want to ask the students any questions?
No, I wanted to see
if they wanted questions
to ask questions.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, so do any of you have questions? Would you like to come on? You can unmute your microphone, just one at a time, and let's go ahead and take 3 or 4 questions from you guys for Noam. Colin, you look like you have a question.
Sure, I'll ask a question.
Okay.
So, Noam, what's your favorite part about Thai massage?
Everything. The lines work, the stretches. Yeah. It's that it's deep. The lines work and the stretches. I love the stretches.
Yeah, Rebecca said the stretches are her favorite too. So that's just starting to get into them. So.
Oh yeah, and
so I haven't learned them all yet, but they're super fun so far.
Yeah, what I love in Thai massage is the freedom. It's not, the client is not confined to the bed without much ability to move. So there's so much movement and freedom, and you can develop your own style and invent new techniques. And it's like a children play.
It's almost like a dance in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Wendy has a question. She asked, how do you center yourself? How do you prepare for a session and prepare to work on people? How do you feel centered?
Yeah, meditation, even if it's only 5 minutes or 10 minutes of meditation. I learned meditation in Thailand in a temple, so this is the technique that I know, but any kind of meditation. Yoga, of course, daily, even 10 or 15 minutes of yoga daily.
Very nice. Very nice. Hey, thank you, Colin. Thank you, Wendy. Who else has a question for Noam? You can unmute your microphone and speak with him, or you could type it in the comments. Let's see what we've got here. That was a good question. Meditation, I think of Thai massage in many ways as a meditation, you know?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky has a question.
So for beginning massage therapists, like, do you have any words of wisdom, like anything to be paying attention to as we're getting started?
Good question, Ricky.
Words of wisdom to a beginner.
That's great.
Yeah, well, my secret about learning massage and becoming fluent, becoming really going deep into it, is that your best teachers may be, not your formal teachers necessarily, but your colleagues and friends. If you, I learned mostly from playing and working with my colleagues and friends. We would spend hours and hours investigating. We could take, for example, take the armpit and work for 1 hour looking under, learning the anatomy of the armpit in terms of massage, the stiff points and the hungry points, and learn how to give a armpit massage, or focus on the, of course, on the belly. Work for 2 hours on the stomach. So something that you cannot do in the class, because in the class we are, in a hurry. We don't. Our time is limited, and yeah.
Noam, thank you. Thank you, Ricky. So Noam, one thing that I noticed about you right away when I met you was that you really do live your life as a meditation. And my natural tendency is a lot more hyper than your natural tendency. So watching you really helped me to ground myself and to emulate some of what you have naturally. And you really bring that into your Thai massage as well. And when you've shown me different practitioners in Chiang Mai, you introduced me to some Thai massage practitioners that were amazing healers. And they did exactly what you're talking about. They spent a large amount of time working on just my neck or just working on my abdomen. And they were able to have that patience, that focus, that meditative quality. And because of that, they really got results. So I really love that you're speaking to the students about the importance of that patience, allowing that time, and really narrowing in on many times just one area, and seeing that that one area could be in and of itself a 2-hour massage. I think a lot of therapists don't know that. But that is one thing that I was able to learn from you through observation. So I really appreciate that. So, okay, who else has a question?
I thank you for those words of wisdom. Really appreciate it.
Ah, that's nice, Ricky. Okay, very cool. Who else has a question for Noam? He doesn't seem like it because of his nature, but he's actually a very busy man. So in just a second, we're gonna say goodbye. But before he goes, let's take one more question. You can type it, or you can come on and speak to him. Okay. See if anyone has a question. No, in our culture here, we have a strong religious presence, just like you do in Israel with Judaism. But we have, as you know, because you've been out here, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and they have this thing called testimony meeting. So they used to have this once a month, and everyone sits in awkward silence until someone speaks up. So, and then eventually, because I'm from that culture too, eventually someone will feel awkward enough, or Anna says she can't think of any questions. She just likes hearing you talk. I like that too. Maybe just talk. Just talk. So anyway, so I'm hoping I'm using a moment of that familiarity that we all have with eventually someone speaks up if we're just quiet. So let's see if it happens. Questions? Debbie says no questions either, but his accent reminds me of home. Aww. Very sweet. Okay, so I have a question for you. It's not about Thai massage, but you've spent some time here in the United States, and you've spent quite a bit of time here in Utah. And can you tell us what stands out the most as a difference between your culture in Israel and the culture and the thinking that you have experienced here in the United States?
It's just a different world altogether. Yeah, really. I love the States, and I love St. George and your nature and the vastness. You know, Israel is so tiny, so small. It's like, yeah. So the freedom, yeah, it's a land of freedom, the USA, and yeah, I'm always happy when I visit the States. Yeah.
Aw, that's great. Well, we love it when you visit. We had a couple questions from students. So Wendy asked what your favorite way to meditate is.
I learned the 16 stages, 16 yanas of Maharshi Sayadaw. He was a Burmese meditation teacher that was active in the 50s, and two of his students. I went to a temple near Chiang Mai, Wat Lampeng, and two of his students were teaching there. I studied with them. It's a kind of vipassana, that you keep on noting all the time. So maybe every second you note something of either your bodily action, things that your body does, can be on even the breathing, in anything that your mind does, where the attention is going. So it's thinking, feeling, hearing, you know, and so you note body and the mind, and also state of minds, moods, like tired, happy, sad, like this. So you note all the time. You do walking and sitting. A meditation session is made of walking and then sitting.
That's great. Love that. Thank you, Wendy, for the question. Thank you, Noam. And then Debbie had a question for you. She just wants to know where you're from in Israel. She's missing her home right now. She wanted to be with family, especially with everything going on in the world, and she's here with us. We love you, Debbie, but your voice is, I think, comforting to her right now. She's hearing her home. Where are you from?
Yeah. Metula. Do you know Metula?
Do you know Victoria, Debbie? It's just going to type that. Yes.
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 It's on the border with Lebanon. From my window here, I see Lebanese villages and the Hermon mountain.
Debbie says, it's the most northern for all of us. It's the most northern place in Israel.
It's true. It's true.
It looks beautiful. Someday we can see out the window. It's so nice. It looks like you have nature all around you. Is that true? Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Well, Noam, thank you for joining us today. I personally miss you, and so it's so good to connect with you and see you.
Yeah, same. It's so nice to see you and meet your students. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. So if they're interested in your Thai acupressure course online, where can people get information on that?
Yeah, it's my website, thaiacu.com.
Okay, and I'll put that in the notes for everyone.
But I want to give them special discounts. So if they, don't just go and buy, but write to me. I don't know, Facebook or email, and I will tell me that you're Rebecca's student, and I will send you a link to.
That's very, very kind.
Yeah.
Thank you, Noam. Appreciate that. I'll give them your contact information. Janice, that's nice. So we did have. Do you have time to do just one more question before you go? Because we had. Is that okay? No.
Sure.
Yes. Okay. Ricky had one more. Ricky said, "How has Thai massage impacted your quality of life? How has it changed your life?" That's nice, Terry.
Yeah, one of the reasons that I decided to join Thai massage course back then in Chiang Mai was because I'm naturally shy, and I wanted to overcome something, and I'm from a place where, in Israel, people in many places, and especially now, touch a lot. But in my times and where I come from, we did not touch. So, so it became more natural for me to touch, and massage was one more things to do with friends and people. Yeah, it's a language, and I think that also brought me to meditation because I felt something. I remember in the first few days after class, there was a special feeling that I could not give it a name. I didn't know how to call this. I didn't know what it is. It was a magic, and I wanted to learn how the Thai people, how they make this magic. And later, when I went to the temple to meditate, I realized that this is meditative, states of mind. So.
I love that. Noam, thank you. It was amazing to see you today. I really appreciate you for so many things, but also for joining us today. Okay.
Thank you.
All the students say thank you. Love you. Give my love to Edith and to your girls and your parents. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Noam. Hopefully we'll talk soon. Bye, my friend.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and we will start with our, we'll go through our check-ins.